The Wii U has always lacked exclusive story-driven Japanese RPGs, especially for Nintendo's Western fans, and along comes this, Xenoblade Chronicles X, a sort of but not really sequel to the original Xenoblade Chronicles, to breathe some more life into the Wii U. Now on its face, Xenoblade Chronicles X is a strange proposition. Take the tried and true JRPG story trope, saving humanity, and throw it in a massive open world without much restriction, while other human players are available to join you on quests and raids, all on the alien planet Mira. It trades linear storytelling for freedom, exploration, gigantic monsters to hunt, and one of the most gorgeous worlds out there. Say what you will about the Wii U's lack of power, but Xenoblade can be downright breathtaking. The scale of the world, the monsters roaming in the plains, the sky, it feels alive. You'll appreciate the little things in this world, even if the polygon count is kinda low. The sheer volume of places to visit and quests to complete is astounding. Even 30 hours in, I had barely surveyed the starting zone of Primordia, never mind the other areas of the planet. And exploration isn't the only open-ended feature. You can be whatever you want, whenever you want it. There are 16 classes to pick from, and you can switch anytime you like. Your progress in the class stays there, so you can go back to it without repercussions. Whatever works for you, works for the game. Though like any RPG, different enemies have different fighting styles and weaknesses. By leaving classes open, you can easily adapt to whatever enemy you're facing at the time. More impressive is the dynamic weather system. Regions of Mira have their own random weather patterns, so don't be surprised when it starts pouring in the middle of a fight, or if an electromagnetic storm chips away at your health. It's not just for show either. Different weather conditions change the buffs and debuffs at play, so you might find yourself super susceptible to shocks all of a sudden. And then there's the music. Xenoblade Chronicles X really does do a lot right, but it's got some annoying flaws. One thing that constantly nagged at me was how it looks. Yes, the design choices are fantastic, but the Wii U has limited this game's visual potential. Imagine how beautiful this game would be on PS4 or Xbox One. The Wii U sadly can barely keep up. And Xenoblade's story is, well, not as good as you'd expect. You get maybe a dozen missions. Granted, it's not by any means bad, but the characters involved in it aren't exactly enthralling. There are some interesting plot twists, but the game really does not hinge on story. And it's difficult to get particularly excited about the main story when it progresses so infrequently. There are affinity missions that develop the characters a bit more, but X is just missing the storytelling nuance of its predecessor. Also, the lip syncing and cutscenes is pretty terrible. Maybe they're lined up to the original Japanese performances, but there's no option to switch to those. More worryingly, the dialogue struggles to compete with the game's score during cutscenes.
Our future depends on all of us, even dirtbags. If you look at it that way, it was a pretty easy decision.
Xenoblade's combat system is, well, it's not revolutionary. It's traditional turn-based commands with an MMO interface, but it does do one interesting thing. There's no dedicated healer, but your companions will call out attacks for you, and if you nail the timing, you can recover the party's HP. You really can't plan ahead or easily map out a strategy mid-battle though, thanks to the complicated controls. Even switching targets mid-fight can be stressful since it's buried in a submenu, and you have to reach all the way across the gigantic Wii U gamepad to hit corresponding buttons. As a result, your AI companions often find themselves on the wrong side of a giant claw. Also, you only get to have one save file, in a game that can easily eat 100 hours of your time. Why? Now, to bring it all together. Despite its flaws, Xenoblade Chronicles X is one of the best Wii U games, though it's definitely not for the casual consumer. To get the best out of it, you'll have to spend at least 75 hours in the world, but that's the draw. For the right person, this is heaven, even if it's light on storytelling.